All right, we're at 49 degrees in the Granite City right now. We'll say partly to mostly sunny. A few clouds up there, but overall, it is an absolutely stellar Friday afternoon. Absolute pleasure to have you on board with us. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Aired Out podcast, live from the ASB Financial Studios and Fly on the Wall Productions, Main Street in Barrie. Appreciate your eyes and your ears. DWAYNE Tucker is right next to me this afternoon. Buddy, you look amazing. Look at this. You're all dressed up. You got the tie on. My God, did I not get the memo?
Well, yeah. I guess apparently you didn't. Well,
I didn't get the memo. I'm sorry. I look like such a bum here, bud. I didn't realize.
No, you look great. You look great.
Dress-up day.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank you for coming in, JD. It's great to have you on the show today.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, you're driving? Are you driving right now?
Well, I mean, I'm always in the driver's seat. I just figured we'd kind of put a different spin on things today. A little new dynamic.
Yeah,
good.
Know? No, that's good. That's good. That's the way it should be. I appreciate that.
The DWAYNE Tucker show today.
Good. That's fine, buddy. Listen, I'm not in the passenger seat. I'm in the back seat. Take the wheel. You are driving. Let's talk about what the hell happened last night. We told a lot of people that we were going to have an update here on Aired Out, and instead of all of the text and stuff that was going back and forth last night, there was a lot of stuff. You and I just agreed that it would be easier and simpler if we just got on the air today and just told the story and everything to get everyone caught up on what happened last night. Go.
Wow. Earlier this week, I was in Barrie, and I saw a post from a mutual friend, and she was explaining about a friend she had, and her son's bicycle had been stolen, and of course immediately I was kind of like wow, man, what a terrible thing. It's one of those crappy things that happens, and
sure.
And there was more to the story than that. So, I reached out to her and this young lady, and I said, if I'd like to get the kid a bike.
Do you know this lady?
I do. I haven't met her personally, but I've had several phone conversations with her, and I feel like I know her pretty well now,
okay.
Because we've chatted so much. She's an outstanding person. She's not from Barrie, but she has moved to Barrie,
okay.
And she was a little frustrated with, her son's bike being stolen. But anyway, she seems like a super great person. Very unfortunate circumstances. So I just wanted to do something for her and make sure this little guy got his bike back. And she felt really awkward about it. She was like, I don't want to be a charity case. I'm embarrassed. And it's like, listen, don't be embarrassed about anything. It's where most of us are parents. We know how difficult it can be being a parent, especially
sure.
a single parent. But this particular case was kind of heart-wrenching for me because this young lady had just had a surgery.
Okay.
And on her way home from surgery, she watched several kids come off her porch with the bike and take off.
You're kidding.
No, I was shocked.
When did this happen? Just a couple days ago?
Last week.
All right, last week.
Yeah.
She observed this herself.
Yeah.
Did she call the police?
She called the police, and she even got into her own vehicle and tried to chase them down.
After she's coming home from the hospital.
Post-surgery.
And she lost him. Okay. So tell me about this little boy that she has. How old is he? What's his name? Or maybe not his name, but how old is he?
He's 12 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got some special needs.
Yeah. He's autistic.
Okay.
So when I was speaking with his mother, I was asking a little bit more about autism and whatnot, and basically, from what I've gathered, he also has some sensory issues. He He doesn't like large crowds. He doesn't do well with large crowds. He can't function. He starts, to get extremely anxious.
Yeah.
And he, unfortunately, he'll never have the opportunity to play on team sports, something like that, because of the anxieties.
Sure,
He just doesn't do well in that environment. And then I was like, well, I kind of don't like large crowds either.
Yeah.
And I do play team sports, but I'm always, sometimes I'm not the best team player.
Yeah.
But so I had a lot of sympathy towards the little guy, and especially when I found out this bike meant everything to him. It's like a calming factor for him. This flashy black fancy bike with all the little trimmings on it, and it was
everything.
It's everything to him. Yeah.
So he, I'm guessing that this was a ultra traumatic experience for him to lose this bike, much more so than someone else.
I think it can be, and I think it would be, but the crazy thing about a parent who has a child that is autistic is they have this like seventh or eighth ability to parent. It was amazing because basically what she told me was when he realized the bike was gone, that it was just in for repairs because they had bought some extra little trinkets for it, and that's where it was. So it was kind of like a blessing in disguise, and I was like, wow, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. So now the goal was to just get the bike as quickly as we can and get it back to him. So he's all set.
The same bike.
The same identical bike. I drove to Walmart at 11 o'clock last night, or 10 o'clock. I didn't get out of there until 11 o'clock because they couldn't find it. And they said, we have to wait. It'll be assembled and we'll put it on the rack. And then I explained to them what was going on and what it was for. And these three women like tore into the back room and were like tearing it apart and found the bike. They came out with the bike like half an hour later.
This story is this is unbelievable, and that's fantastic.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, have you seen the amount of people that are responding and donating? And
the last I saw was last night when I shared your post and told people that there would be an update that you would have, and I think you did post an update last night, right? You did post something.
I might have. My wife might have. She was.
Okay.
I know. I was on the phone last night until like 1:30 in the morning, personally responding to every single person that had donated and just said, if there's anything I can do, please let me know. So yeah, it was a while, but I just felt I had to respond to everybody personally. I just didn't want a huge, kind of vague message going out saying thank you everybody. Like I had to like respond to everybody individually.
So what's the latest? Your wife, Caitlin, she has set up a Venmo account.
Yeah.
For donations to be funneled into.
Yeah, I didn't even know what Venmo was. In fact, I was calling it Venom. Like I just so she set it all up. I guess I'm just old school that way. PayPal. So I'm getting involved in it now. I guess everybody works that way. So she set it up and she was like, here it is. And within a minute there was like $65 and then $70. And then $110, and now it's awesome. But the crazy thing is like I just expected 10 of my buddies to be like, stop by and flip me $10, $15 for the kid, and
that's right,
and get his bicycle. So many people in the community were like, let me know which bike it is and where I can drop it off.
Oh my God!
Like everybody wanted to get this kid his bike. So with that, we've got some great news. We had people from Arizona, Maine, New York, reach out to us and send us a few bucks via Venmo.
And even Heather Slayton over right here on Summer Street.
She again, she
with the
kind of
snoozling room.
Yeah, she went above and beyond. You know, she's an outstanding member of the community. She's a great person. She actually reached out to me and said she'd like to get in touch and she'd like to give this young man a 1-year membership to the Imagination Station right here in Barrie. It's I didn't even know what that was. It's a program for
it's amazing.
A program put on by Washington County Mental Health for children that
it's right there.
Have autism and sensory issues.
It's right across from Summer Street Auto.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
It's an amazing place. Heather was just in here. They've got a huge raffle going on right now.
Yeah.
Huge. $450 worth of gift cards that they've purchased from area businesses right here.
Yeah.
Literally right here in central Vermont, most of which are right here on Main Street. And they've got a great raffle going on right now where you get a raffle ticket for like, I don't know, it's like $10.
Yeah.
And you get in the drawing to win, almost $500 worth of gift cards. And a couple other prizes too. So they do great things over there. Heather's been on a couple of times.
Yeah.
And we've been over to the snoozling room over there.
Really?
Yeah. It's just...
I'll have to check it out.
You have to see this.
Yeah.
It's something that... It's one of the biggest secrets, I think, in central Vermont. And frankly, it shouldn't be. More people should be aware of how amazing that room is over there for kids with autism.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
I had no idea, and like I said, I started researching it. My wife was explaining a little bit more about it last night, and
my God,
it's just such an awesome thing. It is.
It's amazing. When I was speaking with you on the phone last night, we were trying to talk. We were trying to explain about getting some funds together and how this is going to work, and it can be complicated. And thank God Caitlin knows about how to set up a Venmo account, which has been set up, and I'm sure that you'll have it on your page. The link, we'll have it on our page. We'll post it here in the comments when we get it.
Yeah.
We know Caitlin's working today; she's busy, but when we get this, people should get over to your page, DWAYNE TUCKER, on Facebook.
Right.
Also, Caitlin Janice Tucker.
Right.
For the Venmo information.
Yep.
Or just hang out and wait, and we'll get it posted here in our comments, too.
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, hi, Raylene.
It's all over our page.
Raylene is saying it's all over our page.
Awesome.
Raylene
I think
knows...
it's at DWAYNE TUCKER 11, right? The Venmo. Yeah. I don't know why it's 11. My lucky number is 17.
Raylene knows...
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
She knows more about what's going on.
You mean DWAYNE TUCKER was already taken? Or 17? Oh, okay. All right.
So Raylene is saying it's all over the Aired Out Facebook page, too.
Awesome.
So we have this Venmo account set up.
Yeah.
So you went out last night. I don't think a hurricane would have stopped you. You went out last night, got this bike. Where's the bike right now?
In my garage.
All right.
Fully assembled.
What's the plan?
So we have to. We just have to figure out a way we're gonna get
Present
his
this.
bike to this kid. So I'm assuming at some point this afternoon I will be talking with his mom.
Yeah.
And we'll figure it out.
Caitlin's posting it right here.
Oh, she
so
is?
she's got it. Yeah, she just dropped. But Raylene's saying it's already all over the page, anyways. So
okay.
It's everywhere. So you're gonna get this kid his bike today.
Yeah. Well, this weekend. I don't know if depending on what the plan is, but he'll definitely have it by tomorrow evening.
Mom's home recovering from surgery.
Yeah.
The boy thinks that his bike is in the garage for repair and doesn't realize that he's going to be getting a new one here.
Right.
Identical bike.
Identical. Same bike.
Same color.
Same identical. And it's fancy. It's a flashy little bike. I was like, wow. I think my wife would probably be a little upset if I had bought two and started riding that around.
Now, I know we're live right now, but I have to ask Raylene because she's right here. Have we heard from Farva at all about a helmet? Do you know?
I have not heard from Farva, but I'm assuming that I messaged him. He would be right on it.
All right. we're going to try to get helmets for heroes, which is something that's falls under the umbrella of Caps for Cops,
Nice.
which Jason Gould, aka Farva, right here in our community, who's a sheriff, is very involved with,
Yeah.
and we're gonna get him a beautiful helmet, guaranteed.
That's awesome.
Gonna happen.
Awesome. I mean, the people that just reached out, with the donations, like right now, we're I think we're close to $600.
Are you kidding me?
It's just absolutely amazing. Like I'm just utterly shocked, and that's not even the cash donations. Like people have stopped by my house and dropped off and said, "I don't know how to do Venmo either, so don't feel bad. Here's some cash." I had
my God.
People follow me into the gas station this morning.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. Super pumped about it. Super pumped.
This is the kind of stuff I love, man.
You know the great thing about the whole situation. I mean, it's shitty to have your bike stolen. I couldn't imagine, and I think she, I think she nipped it in the bud really quickly. Like she did a fantastic job making sure he didn't just have this breakdown when he found out that his bike was stolen. So now he doesn't need to know that his bike was stolen because he's got his bike. We've got his bike.
Wow.
She was really upset. Like I said, she's not from Barrie, but she's from the outskirts. She's from Washington County. She moved to Barrie, I think work-related purposes.
Yeah.
And she was just really fed up with it. I felt kind of heartbroken for her. She was like, "I'm so sick of Barrie. I just can't believe this. I'm sick of what I see outside my house every day."
Yeah.
And I kind of said, just hang on a second. Let's show you the good side of Barrie.
Right.
And this is the
This
is the Barrie I know.
There's something much bigger than Barrie, and it's called Vermont. And Vermonters, listen, there's communities that have challenging times everywhere,
Right.
and there's isolated areas of each community that have particular areas that are not as great as others.
Right.
But overall, as I posted last night, goodness will always prevail. It'll always win.
And that's it,
You get Vermonters coming out in numbers. They won't tolerate this kind of stuff.
Hopefully that's the plan. That's the plan. And like I said earlier, we had people from Arizona reach out to us.
I love it.
And Maine and in New York, and it's just awesome. It's awesome. So
Restored your faith.
certainly has. And everybody that's participated and donated, my way of thanking them is at some point this year, my wife and I are just going to put on a massive barbecue, and we want everybody to come. That's the only way I know how to repay everybody for coming together for this little guy that most of them don't even know.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Let us know what happens this weekend. Let us know. Let me know when you're going to give them the bike.
Absolutely.
If you can get a picture, that's great. If not, that's fine too.
Yeah.
We understand that they may want some privacy, but I love hearing stuff like this, man.
Yeah, it's sent. I've had shivers right up my spine for 24 hours. 24 hours, no kidding.
What a great feeling. So, not sure what we're going to do with this extra money, but it's going into this Venmo account.
Yeah,
And you're going to figure it out. You'll take suggestions from other people, but I mean, let's accessorize this thing. I mean, we got a helmet coming for him, so don't buy a helmet with it, the extra money yet. But let's maybe get him some new clothes or something.
yeah.
Give
I
him
mean,
an experience this summer that.
if this keeps going, I mean, he might want a new ultra classic, Electroglide or something like that.
my God.
Harley Davidson
Oh,
or something.
my
I don't
God.
know.
Well, listen, there's a lot of comments coming in right here, and Heather Slayton's on board. Everybody is rallying together to make sure that this kid comes out on the back end of this shining.
I can't wait to meet him.
This is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you told me about this last night, that this was all happening.
Well, you
And
really didn't have a choice because I tagged you in it.
Of course, I didn't have a choice. But this is all just wonderful stuff. This is just, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Let us know. Keep us up to speed. Watch your page. Watch our page.
Yeah.
The Venmo link is right there. And this kid's getting a brand new bike. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday. But you've already got it. It's in your garage.
I think it'll be tomorrow at some point. I just need to schedule a time.
Oh my God.
Like I said, she's recovering from surgery, so I can just imagine what she's going through. She's out of work.
Yeah.
So I'm sure she's going to be ecstatic and so grateful and so thankful. There's no doubt in my mind.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Glad you're in here.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, man. On your show. DWAYNE Tucker on the Aired Out Podcast. Live from the ASB Financial Studios and Fly on the Wall Productions. You know where we are, right on North Main Street across from Nelson's Ace Hardware. Main Street, Barrie, Vermont. God bless everybody. We're going to be back in just a little bit. As a matter of fact, about 30 minutes from now. 14-year-old Caden Fisher, son of Jamie Fisher, youngest champion street stock driver in Thunder Road history, is going to be sitting right there in just a couple of minutes. We'll catch you then.